Hello there, this is Retro Spirits Guidance, and this is Gauntlet 4 on Sega's lovely Megadrive console. This is the PAL version of the cartridge. Tengen are involved, and here is the title screen. Now, I've shortened this video slightly by editing out a load of faffing around I did in the options mode, which wasn't that interesting to look at, but you can see there's a few different game modes, but we've picked the arcade game mode. And here I'm using the joypad, as is customary, to select an option, and this time I'm selecting Elf with 4000 health. I couldn't pick Valkyrie, which is what I want to do, because you play at 2, where it says push start 2, blocks Valkyrie from being picked, so that's annoying. So you have to have 2 joypads plugged into your Megadrive, and start a 2-player game for anybody to be Valkyrie. Elf's alright though. Warrior's a bit lame, isn't he? But anyway, what we have here is a quite accurate conversion of the first Gauntlet game. And it's got all the speech, it's got the graphics, it's got some weird tunes. They're okay, but they nicely produced. Weird melodies, not that interesting. We've got 1,000 ghosts heading towards my face. Don't like that so much. Let's pick up some floor food. Floor chicken. And we're exiting to level 8. So yeah, a fairly accurate conversion of the original Gauntlet. And it's 4-player. If you've got enough joypads and you've got a multi-tap, you can do that. The speech is reproduced beautifully in this game. Well, the whole game is pretty damn decent, to be honest. From memory, and I don't know if memory serves me well, this game is slightly less colourful than the arcade machine in terms of amounts of colours used, but it is pretty damn close. There's a little bit of glitchy spriteage, not too much, but it does throw around a fair amount of enemy sprites, so that's cool. I imagine as a 4-player game this is very entertaining on the Mega Drive. The arcade game was a bit of a coin guzzler, and depending on which arcade you went to, it might have been set to Miser on a dip switch and only gave you 500 health per coin. That would have been bad news for you. Luckily on the old MD, the old Mega Drive, you don't have to worry about that. You can just keep pumping credits in if you wish. The people who converted this went on to become M2, who do all the retro releases on the Switch, which is groovy. So yeah, they started with a fairly accurate and detailed port of an arcade game, and they continued in that vein. Very nice it is too. Like I said, this is the PAL version. My copy came with a colour manual, which is not something you'll get with every version of the PAL game. Sometimes you'll get a grayscale black and white manual. I'm sure it's got the same stuff in it, but mine's a chunky ass colour manual, so that's nice. This game has gone up in price over the years and is now between 25 and 30 quid on PAL format. It's double that on Japanese. Don't know about Genesis. As a 1-player game, it's fun enough, but I think this is really a multiplayer game to get the most fun out of it. And like I said, you can fight over which avatar you want to control. Gauntlet 2 improved that a bit by letting you pick a character and then pick a colour, so you could be like a red Valkyrie if you wanted to. But Gauntlet 1, you kind of locked into the colour and character. So yeah, I have fun with this game. It's cool, and it's slightly expensive, but it is an old school retro game. You've got different game modes in here. You've got tower mode, which is a bit like a roguelike type situation. You go into a tower, you get coins, you kind of pick your power ups, you try and go up the floors and try and survive and shoot shit. It's an interesting diversion. There's like an RPG style element to it. It's groovy. So not only did they convert the arcade game with some success, they added game modes. Beautiful. Can't argue with that. So yeah, I do recommend Gauntlet 4 as an experience. Possibly think twice if you're only a single player Megadrive gamer. But even if you are, it's still quite fun. It's just pricey for that though, I think. Although it's nice, it is nice. Music, the only thing I don't like about this game actually is the music, but everything else is groovy. Death's trying to suck me dry. Jesus. Scary stuff. Cool things I like about Gauntlet, as you can see the enemies there, they've got different shades on them. The different shades denote how strong or weak an enemy is. That's always been kind of cool. So you can kind of tell how many shots each enemy is going to take as they approach. Like the dark coloured ghosts are very weak. Elf's pretty good with the old magic. He's not as good as Wizard, but he's pretty decent. Oh, this is a slog. Gauntlet 2 did improve quite a few things over Gauntlet 1, like you had more special shot things and like you get rebounded shots and things. I think you can kind of do some things in here. I'm not sure you've got all of the options you have in Gauntlet 2. One thing I've noticed about Warrior is he can't fire diagonally through gaps like the Elf can, and I believe Wizard can, but the Warrior can't for some reason, which I'm not sure. It might have been true in the arcade, but I'm pretty sure I played Gauntlet 2 and you could do that in Gauntlet 2, so maybe they fixed it for that. Yeah, it's Gauntlet. It's Gauntlet, people, and it's 30 quid. So it's up to you whether you take that hit or not. From what I remember, most versions of Gauntlet were pretty stellar. I used to play this on the Amstrad CPC a huge amount back in the day, and on the Amiga. Love both versions. So this one's a treat too. Right, well that's Gauntlet 4. Hopefully you can find a copy and it won't cost you too much if you're a Gauntlet fan. But yeah, lovely stuff. Alright then, catch you later. Well.